Good morning and welcome to Sports at Sunrise, where you get your morning sports opinions. I'm flying solo today, which it happens, you know. But let's get into some sports, why don't we? Let's start in the NFL, where we had Monday Night Football, which has started a conversation point, as Jackson Dart yet again has proven to be a competitor who won't slide. And I am on two different points of that. I don't hate it. I don't hate it and hate it. And I was watching the Pat McAfee show this morning, and they were doing some segment with like BS and no BS with BA. And the topic was on Jaden Dart and McCarthy and sliding, and how they need to start to avoid these big hits. And I think they need to reduce the amount of hits they take, especially in non-important situations. They, all three, are big-time players when it comes to the, you don't need to take this hit, so why are you? Jackson Dart especially, he is a known, he wants to go on a run. But he has to realize, they're 2-10, 2-11 now. You're not making the playoffs. Your health decides this team's success. Russell Wilson is not a good quarterback. Jameis Winston might be fun to watch. Not going to win games anymore in his career. Especially with this team without Malik Neighbors. You need to control yourself and stay healthy. Because if you can stay healthy, going into next year with a new head coach, with Cam Scatterboo back, you can start to build something. You can't build anything. Also, Youngway who fucking sucks. But the Patriots are dominant, as a lot of people thought they would. It's all about seeing how this team can continue to build. Right? The next two games are big tests, the Bills and the Ravens. Because realistically, the last test was really against the Bills. And they've played a lot of bad teams in one-score games. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't know if the Falcons are a good football team. It's impossible to know. But Bills next Sunday, they get a bye week into the Bills, followed by the Ravens. Both of those are big games for them. They need to win out, because it's them or Denver for the 1 seed at this point. And that bye is so important. But also, May is at this point, I think, taking a bigger lead on the MVP because Stafford struggled. And Drake had a great game. But let's talk basketball. And as I'm recording, I want to be clear, Thunder Warriors has not ended. Could I have waited? It might actually probably be. It'll probably end while this episode's being recorded. But as of now, the Thunder have a lead, and I doubt it's going to change. It's just what does Shea end with. Monday night, Jalen Johnson is continuing to prove he's the most improved player. He is a MIP candidate, which is weird. Because I don't think he's the MIP. Because last year, he was still an 18-10 guy. This year, he's just a 23-10. He should be an all-star because he's keeping the talks afloat with Trae Young out. He is the sole thing really doing it. The Cavs beat the Pacers. Donovan Mitchell 43-9. The Pacers are weird. I think they once again it's Tyrese Halliburton being cut. We'll get to the Wizards Bucks game. The Nets beat the Hornets. Battle of bad. The Heat beat the Clippers, as I said. Kawhi is doing what he can there. I think we need to see a fire sale take place over there. Because this team is not doing good. The Mavs beat the Nuggets, which sucks. The Jazz beat the Rockets. Jazz are a decent basketball team anyways. Suns beat the Lakers. Suns are better than I think a lot of people expected. I think a lot of people expected the Suns to be a mess. The Sixers tonight beat the Wizards. Raptors, the big one, Celtics beat the Knicks. 42 from Jaylen Brown, 35 from Mikal Bridges. Ant-Man had 44 in an overtime win against the Pelicans, with Trey Murphy also went off. But let's talk Hornets first. LaMelo Ball is going to get moved. That team is not good enough, and LaMelo Ball is not the guy you want leading that team into the future. You need to go all in on Brandon Miller. Did BM play this game? You would know BM. You win this game with Brandon Miller, by the way. I don't know what I want him. The name I am seeing tossed around right now a lot is the Warriors. I don't like that fit at all. Are we serious? Steph Curry has not played. That team was not great when they had Chris Paul and D'Angelo Russell, because Steph Curry or Jordan Poole weren't as good as Jordan Poole when Clay left. Steph Curry's a ball dominant guard. He's great off the ball. You want the ball in the hands of the chef so he can cook. Why would you want to give him LaMelo Ball? Someone who's not great without the ball, someone who can't defend, and needs the ball in his hands, taking the opportunities away from Steph. Cool. You'll always have an elite point guard out there. Is it that big? You play Steph Curry 30-plus minutes a game. You can live 10 minutes without Steph. But some of the teams I'd love to see him with. I think I'd like to see the Mavs try to make a move there. I think if the Clippers are trying to figure something out, I think LaMelo Ball's the guy. Put him with Kawhi and Harden, which counterproductive to that. The Clippers need to try something. I don't think a last minute try to save the Bucks move by them is bad. I don't think it's a bad move for the Pacers to try to make with Halliburton out and try to pay him and Halliburton together, because Halliburton and LaMelo are great with the ball, yeah. They'll play similar ball. If you want to try to compete this year, you're 4-17, try to go on a run, that's your best chance. But I think LaMelo Ball finds himself in a weird spot where I don't know if there's that many great fits. Or if you're New Orleans, him and Zion, or go include Zion in that move and send Zion to Charlotte, because Zion's not working out for you at this point due to health. Try something at least. LaMelo's weird because I don't think there's a lot of great fits. Now, let's talk the Bucks. Giannis tried to carry this team. Giannis tried. And we're starting to see something interesting happen. It has always felt like Giannis was going to retire a Buck. No point did it feel like he wasn't going to be there. Last year, they could play without Giannis because they still had Dame. You waived Dame, who would have been out for the year. And I think Giannis would have understood that. Giannis would have understood not having Dame because of injury. I think he would be a little more patient. But he doesn't want to be in Milwaukee anymore. And I think this will be very interesting. Because I don't know where the hell he goes. I don't think the Bucks trade him in conference. That's the thing. But I don't know what team would want to move the assets. As a Nuggets fan, I would love him in Denver. I would love Giannis in Denver. Especially because I'm going to a Nuggets game in 2 weeks. I'd love Giannis to be in Denver. I don't think Denver makes that move because Denver is outstanding right now. We've lost 6 games. San Antonio's a prime suspect for the move. I think we're looking at Memphis. I think we're looking at Phoenix. We're looking at Golden State. I think Golden State makes a move. It's for Giannis to try to get Steph and Giannis together. I think we're looking at Dallas, Cooper Flag, and Giannis, because they want to move AD, which is a whole other shoot show. They go in conference. We know Miami's going to try to buy. The Pistons are going to try to buy. Every team in the NBA should be trying to buy Giannis, and it's going to be interesting. And then you have AD, who's also getting moved. Mavs are blowing it up. Kyrie, AD. We have superstars who are going to be on the move in the middle of the season. Last time we saw it was Kevin Durant. Do you realize how insane that is? Last time we had multiple superstars move at the deadline. Multiple. And not a one-on-one deal, because we had the Luka AD trade, obviously. Where you see separate guys on separate teams. And it might be some of them are traded. We might get an AD and some more for Giannis trade. And we have Kyrie, Cooper, Flag, and Giannis as a trio. Which would be a dangerous-ass trio, if you ask me. You don't know. I think it's interesting, because I think all 4 superstars can be traded separately too. Because I'm counting LaMelo as a superstar here for my agenda. I want to push the agenda of superstars are going to be on the move. Giannis is the superstar of the year. But I think it's an interesting move. And it's always going to be one that's in the back pocket of mine, because I wonder what's going to end up happening. And when the moves happen, I will love every single move. Somehow, some way. I will find a way. The Giannis move, I will hate one team for it, and that's Milwaukee not finding a way to make him happy. Kyrie's going to be on the market. Find a way to get Kyrie. LaMelo's on the market. Find a way to get LaMelo. AD's on the market. Find a way to get him AD. Go find a way to get Giannis happy again. There's one guy in the NBA you can argue is better than Giannis, and that's the other guy in Denver. Nikola Jokic. I want great basketball. Giannis is a great player. I want Giannis in a place where he's not just happy, but winning. A Jokic, Luka conference finals would be cinema. A Luka, Giannis, or Jokic, Giannis NBA finals would be cinema. I think it'd be fun to watch. And I think we're going to slowly be able to watch this go down. And we'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes from here. But I'm very interested to see what happens here. Anyways, it's just me, short episode. Thank you all for watching Sports at Sunrise. I hope you have an outstanding day. And bye.